the minor assignments that we typically complete in English 103 and English 104 is peer review. This is really valued as an assignment because we recognize that all writers have ways that we can improve, and we know that writing doesn't happen in a vacuum. Peer review is a great opportunity to see your writing in a new way. From an audience's perspective, or if you have a very niche audience, at least from someone who can see your writing with a fresh set of eyes. In my in-person English 103 and 104 classes, students will engage in peer reviews during class together. They read each other's drafts and then they give one another feedback. For our situation, we don't have the same opportunities to talk and collaborate in that way. So our collaborative opportunities look different, like working together on discussion boards. You'll get the opportunity to give feedback later on this semester to me, so we'll still have the chance to develop that skill. In the meantime, though, we'll get the chance to receive some feedback by scheduling an appointment with the Writing Center. Now, I'll start by letting you know that you have most of the course to actually do this assignment. It's not due until the end of week 9, but I want you to know about it sooner rather than later, so you have plenty of time to do it. There are 3 parts to earn a complete on this assignment. To start, though, you should know the basics about the Writing Center. The Writing Center is a free resource that's available for Ball State students, faculty, and alumni. It's staffed by students, primarily graduate students, who are trained in how to give feedback. They work with what you might traditionally think of as writing, like a research paper, but they also work with multimodal texts. You can bring them writing for school, but they also accept personal and professional writing. So if you're working on a resume, cover letter, or something like personal creative writing, any of that qualifies. When I worked there, I even had someone who brought in their LinkedIn profile, so we worked on the writing for that. They offer 3 different types of sessions: planning, accountability, and feedback. For a planning session, you should bring in the assignment and be prepared with some ideas, and they will work with you to put together something like an outline. Planning sessions are great for people who have ideas but aren't sure what the most effective way to organize something would be. If you also tend to struggle with procrastination or executive functioning, this can be useful to set up a schedule for yourself with your writing. In an accountability session, you have dedicated time in which to work on something, and the tutor helps to keep you on track and answer any questions that you have as you work. Accountability sessions are also great for people who tend to struggle with procrastinating, or if you just like to have dedicated time to write instead of trying to block something out in your schedule on your own. These are truly what got me through grad school. I highly recommend any Writing Center appointment, but accountability sessions are some of my favorites. And finally, there are feedback sessions. So in these sessions, you'll work with someone to get feedback on your writing. You can specify what sort of feedback you're looking for. I know some folks in our class have expressed an interest in feedback based around things like clarity, punctuation, vocabulary, citations, all kinds of things. And the Writing Center will work with you on all of those. Each session is 45 minutes long, and you can meet with them online or in person. If you go in person, they're located in Bracken Library on 1 West. If you're meeting with them online, you can do an audio or a video call. You can sign up for the appointment, whether it's in person or online, in the link in our Canvas under the Welcome to English 104 module, or by going to their website. They're open in the summer from Monday through Thursday from 12 p.m. until 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you have issues with scheduling online, you can call their office at 765-285-8370 for assistance. Again, you have the next 6 weeks to do this, but it's better to schedule earlier rather than later. As far as the assignment goes, like I said, there are 3 parts to it, so we'll go ahead and walk through that together now. So the first thing you'll need to do prior to your session is complete the pre-writing assignment in Canvas. You'll need to answer all of the questions and write at least 100 words. You can do any type of session and you can work on any piece of writing, whether it's for this class or something else. Obviously, I would recommend taking something for our class, but you can take in anything you'd like some assistance with. We're doing pre-writing though, just to make sure that we're prepared for the session. So you do your pre-writing, you should submit it to the assignment in Canvas, and this needs to be submitted prior to your appointment. If you submit it after your appointment, I will not accept it. So make sure that you do this first. Then when you go to your session, you'll need to ask your tutor to send me the report that they write afterwards. This report is just a basic few sentences about what you did. There's no judgment in the reports of your writing. So it'd say something like, Mary wanted to work on APA style citations for a research paper. We went over the in-text citations and reference list, and then I gave her a link to Purdue OWL to review anything she needed later on. This part is just to verify to me that you actually attended the session. Once you're all done with your session, there is a post-writing assignment to reflect on your experience. So again, you'll need to write at least 100 words and answer all of the questions listed. That's it. It's a pretty straightforward assignment, and it's a great chance to get some feedback from someone looking at your work with fresh eyes. If you have any questions about peer review between now and when it's due on Sunday, July 13th, you can post on the Catch-All discussion board or email me.